Hi guys, this is Weekly Wax Melts number 53. Obviously, I am alone today, mainly because I am a day late in doing this review. Emma is at daycare, Ashton is at work, and the reason it didn't get uploaded yesterday was because of Emma. Just because she's a very, very happy little girl and therefore very energetic. So I did not have a moment to sit down yesterday and do this. We played tag, we played ball, we colored. I can't think of anything right now that we didn't do. So anyway, and yes, I am sitting here in late summer wearing a sweatshirt because even though this is the middle of August, it is also northern Wisconsin. So today we have sunshine. But we also have extreme wind, which makes it feel a bit more like mid-September, end of September. But tomorrow it could be 90. So if you see me sniffling, sneezing, swallowing a lot, my thyroid is bothering me a little bit. I do have a thyroid condition, and I also seem to be picking up a bit of a summer cold. The review this week is going to be pretty darn simple because most of the scents that I melted last week were simpler scents. So it is what it is. Okay, iced orange pineapple. Ashton really, really liked the scent, and so did I. Now when I smell it cold, I smell more pineapple than I do orange. When it went in the warmer, I smelled both equally, and to me it smells like if you've ever had dried pineapple, you know, it gets that little bit of almost a sugary, powdery coating on the outside. If you would combine that with, say, an orange gumdrop with the sugar crystals, that's what this smells like. This was really wonderful, long-lasting, super scent for the summer. Lei Flowers. If you're a fan of lotus blossom, sea salt and lotus blossom, white ginger, hyacinth, any of those, then you would really like this. This is not one of those really heady, overpowering, super, super strong, in-your-face florals. This is sweet, airy, very, very nice. I think there's plumeria in there, and I had a plumeria body wash years ago that I really liked because it was a little bit sweeter, and that kind of reminds me of that body wash. Normally plumeria is too strong for me and is headache inducing, but this was wonderful. So liked that one a lot. Bedtime bath type, actually. This is nice. It's very, very strong, especially when it first went in the warmer, which is natural. It's going to be stronger when it first starts to melt than, at the end of its life. It was almost too strong when I first put it in. It did, however, fade to something that was tolerable fairly quickly. So I did like that about it. Is this one of my favorite scents? No. It smells very clean, which makes sense. It says bedtime bath. It smells, I guess it could be, like a baby lotion, a baby shampoo, a baby body wash, a laundry detergent. It's that type of clean. So it would be really, really nice in a nursery, in a toddler's bedroom, or in a spare bathroom. I'm just, some of those clean scents are a little bit too clean for me, and that was one of them. Cherry Fizzy Pop. This is another that Ashton really, really liked. Sometimes Victoria's cherry scent can be strong to the point where it almost smells like medicine, and you've heard a lot of people other than me say that before. But there are certain blends that just work, and this is one of them. You get that effervescent bubbliness from the Fizzy Pop in here, and then that sweet cherry. This was really good. Does it smell like a true cherry pop or cherry soda, depending on which part of the country you're from? No, it's heavier on the cherry than that, but if someone waved it under your nose and said, what does this smell like? I think you would instantly say that it smells like cherry pop. I also melted Honeydew Melon. This was really nice. It is different than cantaloupe or watermelon. This one is a little fresher and cleaner smelling, where those smell more like the actual fruit to me, like the actual edible fruit. So I do prefer those a little bit more than this one, but this one was still really, really nice. It smells more like a honeydew melon scented body spray to me than the actual fruit. Strawberry marshmallow fluff. This was, oh my god, this was so good. If you like Ringmaster or cotton candy or any of those other super sweet scents like I like, definitely give this a try. I can't even describe to you how smell this goods. Yeah, how good this smells. You instantly get the strawberry, but right on top is that marshmallow fluff. So it almost smells like kind of like strawberry shortcake without the cake portion, which I guess would make just a big bowl of strawberries with whipped cream, wouldn't it? That's what that smells like. It is fantastic. And sugar cookies. Now, I've had this one since April, and I really like this. I do not think it smells like an actual sugar cookie, at least not the type of sugar cookies I'm used to, because we don't put cinnamon in our sugar cookies. And this is very, very lightly cinnamon scented. If you're not a fan of cinnamon, don't let the fact that I said there's some spice in here scare you, because it is extremely minimal. Rather than getting a sugar cookie scent out of it, I just get this really wonderful bakery scent. I don't know how to describe it other than that. And I get just a hint of almost like if someone would put a little bit of lemon zest in their cookies. I get just the tiniest hint of that as well. As I said, I did get this one in April, which was prior to Victoria switching over her formula for the wax. So this one was the old blend, which was a lot firmer. And when I cut this one, it just made me appreciate that much more that Victoria has switched over to a softer formula, because this kind of crumbled and went all over the place. You know, I mean, when the scents are as strong and as wonderful as these are, you can deal with that. At least I can. You just scrape up the crumbles and put them in your melter. But I do really, really appreciate the softer wax. It's just easier to cut, easier to clean up. So, sugar cookies was absolutely wonderful. You know, realtors, at least around here, recommend that if you're selling your house or doing something like that, to bake a loaf of bread or to bake some cookies or to make your house smell really homey. This would be perfect for that, because it's not overpowering. It's just wonderful. So that's it for this week. Maybe on Monday, next Monday, I can get Ashton and Emma in on this. I'm not entirely sure what Ashton's work schedule is right now, and she's got a couple of weddings she's standing up at, one this weekend and one the following weekend. So I'm not sure exactly what days she's going to be here or what days Emma's going to be here, but they will join me when they are able to. So as always, thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye.